Hi, I'm Becky from Dot to Dot Studio.
And I'm Sarah from It's Oh So Kotoko. We've come here today to show you some really nice coating fabrics. Becky has had some inspiration, so I'll let her talk you through that. We're going to hopefully add some screen grabs so you can see them when we get there.
So for those of you who've seen the, I think it's Netflix hit series, The Marvellous Mrs. Maisel, you've probably noticed the coats and the clothing in general, which is just stunning. So there's a few pictures of Midge in her glorious coats here for you to have a look at. Don't know if this works, but she's got this, her signature style are these brightly coloured, often swing coats, often with matching hats, probably a little bit too much for these days, but just beautiful, bright jewel coloured coats, which have a very sort of swingy spring feel to them. None of them look heavy or wintry. They just have this wonderful kind of happy-go-lucky, I'm just about to burst into song. And we've got some really lovely brightly coloured coatings, which are great for spring coats, which we're going to show you today.
Okay. So our first one is
This is a sort of boiled wool, but it's a bit of a sort of cheat boiled wool. It's a little bit lighter and it's a polyester mix. So it has a lighter weight, lovely drape to it. It's actually 2 layers thick, so that is the drape you get. It's nice and warm, but without the price tag of a fully wool, boiled wool fabric. So this comes in at £18 a metre. It's 65% polyester and 35% wool. It's 148 centimetres wide, so it's got a good width on it, and it doesn't seem to have any direction to it, so you could use it either way up, but you can only use it on one face. The back of it is not so pretty. You'd probably want to line this. That's the back. You can see it's kind of slightly pilled, but the front of it is gorgeous, and that's really all that matters. We have it in 3 stunning colours.
These are the other colours that we have. So I don't know if they've got specific names. We've got here, this is emerald. So that's the emerald colourway that we've got there. And then we've also got the olive colourway.
This one's stunning. If you suit this colour, this is such an intense, rich olive. It's just beautiful. I actually love the combination of these together. Probably not 2 greens, but the pink with either of these is stunning, and you could have a colour block coat as well if you were feeling adventurous. But look at those 2 together. Oh.
That's my favourite.
This one.
The pink and the olive.
The pink and olive,
they look
yeah.
absolutely fab together.
I keep moving them round and just going, ooh, what different combinations would I do? Maybe I'd look like I've been dipped in one colour. Have like from here downwards, I'll do one colour, and then from there upwards another.
Another one, that would be really nice. And then, so we were talking as well about linings. So if you are a bit more of an experienced sewist, then you might be able to put some linings in. So I've sort of been around Becky's fabric today, and we've come up with a couple of different fabrics that you could do lining with. So there's this one here, which we thought was a really lovely contrast.
70s vibes. And we've pulled out some buttons.
We did, I think they're just over there.
Look at these beauties. They're a real sort of tortoiseshell. They're a lovely size as well. They almost look like they're made out of toffee. I could just want to eat that. But they look great on here as well. I'm gonna need to make a coat this weekend now. I'm gonna need to,
exactly.
or maybe 4. Oh, they just even sound good.
Yeah, they're really, really lovely buttons. I was just saying to Becky, I was like, now I need to find some some fabric so I can literally just have those buttons. And then, so that was what we thought would go with the olive. And then we've actually got another lining fabric here. Well, it's not actually a lining fabric. It's a beautiful 100% viscose, so it could be for anything. It could be to wear a dress or under these coats or anything.
Viscose crepe. Actually, I've got this in 2 different fabrics. So there's the viscose crepe, and there's also a polyester twill on top of there. I couldn't decide which, so I got both.
Oh, there we go.
So if you prefer a silkier lining, you might prefer that. This is also crease resistant, being polyester, so probably more of a lining fabric, but I just prefer the sort of slightly vintagey look of a more matte finish. I don't know, would it be too much to make a coat lined in this and then have a dress?
Definitely not too much.
Not too much.
No,
I'm thinking
not
like
too
a
much.
tiered buffet dress with like
really
little buttons all the way down the cuffs.
Actually, speaking of buttons, we've got some over there which we thought would go with
so
the
pink.
The pink. Yeah.
These, if you like a sort of slightly more sort of French designer look, these with a little gold rim around them are really lovely. Look at those ones there.
The fabric up behind so you can see how that would
It
go
needs
with
to be a really intensely coloured button to go with this fabric, because this fabric is really rich. I don't know if you can really see on the screen, but the colour is so intense. And these buttons are an equal match for that.
How much were those buttons, Becky?
Those ones are £1 each.
£1 each.
Yeah.
And what were the tortoiseshell ones? The
Tortoiseshell
toffee,
ones.
the toffee sort of ones.
Toffee ones are £1.35.
Okay, yeah. Not bad at all.
So for the amount you need in a coat, it doesn't really break the bank. You're
No.
looking at maybe a $5's worth of buttons. Finishing touches make all the difference.
Definitely.
Anyway, this fabric I think would go with one of those other coatings over there, which we're going to show you later.
Yeah,
So
we'll
we'll pop that back. Yeah, I definitely want a dress made out of this.
It is really nice. I think it would look so nice with
Add
the
it to
swing
the
coat on the
list.
top. Yeah. So that's another one to come up later. So maybe we'll just pop those ones out the way. Oh, we did actually come up with. We actually came up with some buttons for the emerald green. Actually,
Oh, we
it
did,
might just be
yeah.
worth having a quick. Just bring that one back in front.
These are a kind of, it depends on the, your colour palette.
Yeah.
But I love the folksy kind of look of these. They're almost like barge art, these buttons. I think I love those. So those are actually a lacquered coconut button. They come in different sizes, but I just think that colourway looks beautiful with the green. They sound good too. I've got a thing for buttons.
And how much were your coconut buttons?
Those ones
Those ones?
are £4 each. So the higher end of the, but I mean, I think you'll agree, those are just they're really special.
Absolutely beautiful.
So next up,
Here we go.
so this is a lightweight, you'd kind of call it soft coat in its finish, but it's actually a knitted fabric, so it has a little bit of stretch to it. So quite versatile. It actually makes skirts and dresses as well if you'd like a heavier fabric for a dress, something quite sculptural for a dress. But I've seen it made up as skirts as well, and it's really beautiful. With the dots going cross diagonally, if you were to make it in a skirt, which is not what we're talking about today, but just be prepared that when you do it on the bias, your dots then become a grid, so it is better to work with it on the straight grain. Just mentioning while we're here. This just has a lovely flow to it.
Yeah.
And it's 100% polyester, so if you're allergic to wool, it's not going to be any problem for you at all. And it's 150 centimetres wide and £12.50 a metre. We've just pulled out a lining fabric that we think looks really lovely with that as well.
That's really sweet, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we found, did we find a couple of buttons that worked?
I don't know.
I don't know if we did.
No, I think we decided that.
I think we
Probably
decided
just a
that this was going
classic
to be,
gold
yeah,
button.
sort of like something, like on a duster coat, where you
Yeah.
don't actually have the buttons because it's had such light
Maybe
movement.
with just a tie belt around this rather than
Yeah.
buttons.
Yeah, that might be.
Oh, and this comes in another colourway.
Oh, yeah. Comes in burgundy with blue spots on it. So something, yeah,
So it's just a really nice,
it's really nice.
if you like a darker palette, it's more my kind of thing.
It's probably more mine actually, but
Yeah.
I'll fight you for it.
Okay, right, I'll pop these to the side.
Yep. And we're coming on to my favourite fabrics now. Because these ones are just so soft and just literally just cuddling them. It's just like, oh, it's lovely. So, this is our first one that we've got here.
So this is like a short-haired sort of faux. It's not faux fur because it's not designed to look like fur at all, but it has a furry texture. So it's got a short pile, yeah, like a sort of slightly hairy coating, and it comes in some really beautiful colours, and with the fibres it kind of looks almost frosted where you can see the sheen in the fabric. I don't know, it's really beautiful. Actually, this one, I've got an example of a partially made coat, so you can see what it might look like made up. Now, this is not it's not a colour that suits me, and it's not my size either, but you can see how beautifully that moves and how it swings.
Really fluid, isn't
This
it?
is going to be lined. Like I say, it's work in progress at the moment, but I mean, that is just so strokeable. Be prepared, if you don't like people very much, people will come up and touch you when you're wearing this coat.
It's so lovely. I can't, yeah, I just love the feel of it. It's beautiful.
I better take this off, this isn't mine.
Me being sort of like quite, maybe not quite beginner, but not the most advanced sewist, you'd need to pay a pretty close attention when you were cutting out your pattern to make sure that you obviously get all of the pattern pieces going the right way.
You definitely want the pile of this going down. It would be very noticeable if any of the pieces were cut the wrong way, and it would just feel wrong, the colour would look wrong. So just bear that in mind when you're working out how much fabric you need. And think twice about it before you cut anything.
You did have some really nice lining fabric up there. Yeah, so I think that one would.
We think that's really nice. Beautiful. If you like the soft, gentle palette, that is really nice with it. That's it's a micro satin. That's a polyester micro satin, so very crease resistant, and would actually make beautiful like outerwear as clothing as well. But I just can't resist a really fancy lining. I think it makes it. Just really makes a coat just beautiful. This one is £9.50 a metre and 100% polyester and 146 centimetres wide. While we're on compositions, these coatings, of which there are 5 colours, we're going to show you all of them, are 60% polyester and 40% wool. So if you have wool allergies, you probably would want to steer clear of these, or make sure you line everything where it touches your skin. These are 155 centimetres wide, and they are priced at £16 a metre. Right, so the next colour
We have got in is.
I just want to stroke it.
I'm pretty sure this one is Wedgwood. What was that colour called?
I think this is light aqua on the website, but we will put all the links in the end of the video. So.
Yeah, this one is called Wedgwood, so we've got that there. I think there's also another fabric that we could use for lining up there.
This is like the colour of the sky when you look straight up on a midsummer's day, that really intense, beautiful light blue. I love it with this. How retro is this fabric?
Oh, that is really nice. What's that one? That feels really nice.
This is a crepe back satin. It's a polyester, and where's the label gone? I think it might have fallen off. Oh no, it's hiding inside. This is £12 a metre, 100% polyester, and 150 centimetres wide. This again has a direction you'd want to make sure your flowers went the right way up.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that when I first looked at it, but yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Scrumptious. I'm really into 70s stuff at the moment.
We wouldn't have known from all that. from all the linings. I'm bringing these forward in sort of my order of favourite at the moment, so it's kind of like I've saved my best until last. That's another 2 colours down the way, but here we go. So
this is real intense sapphire blue. So if you've got if you're a winter, I don't know if you've ever had your colours done, but if you're a winter, this is going to be right up your street. Look at that intense colour, it's just stunning. So this actually goes this way around. Okay. We couldn't resist putting this with another really bold fabric. So this is a bold printed viscose. This is a print from Pip and Low. It's 100% viscose, and it's on the more expensive end of the spectrum. You might balk at paying £20 for a lining fabric, but I think you'll agree that that colour combination is too good not to show you. This is 100% rayon and is 140 centimetres wide. I love it.
And the other thing we thought about was if you don't want to line your fabric, but you do want to do Hong Kong seams or anything sort of a bit prettier on the inside, rather than finding sort of like a plain colour to match, we had some of these bindings in, so we just thought that they looked really, really pretty with that as well. This is probably if you're sort of like more into something quite bright. If you wanted something to be a bit more sort of tonal with the fabric, we thought that those worked really well. We've got plenty of those in stock. And then, how much are these?
I don't price the rolls in the shop.
Oh, so they're
all priced online. Yeah, that I really cannot tell you at this precise moment. But yeah, these would be great for Hong Kong finishes on the inside of these coats. And if you're making something like the Lichen Duster or the Cambria Duster, they're both unlined swing coats or duster coats, and they would be beautiful with a Hong Kong finish inside instead of just overlocking. I think it's such a shame to make something that special and then not show it off, like, you know, walk around. And...
Have you got an image? I think
we've got some here actually.
The sort of like unlined coat patterns.
So that's the lichen or lichen, depending on how you'd say it, and that's the Cambria Duster. So you can see both of them, just a really lovely throw-on swing shaped coat, great for spring because they don't fasten. Oh, and also the folkwear swing coat.
That's really nice. It's really cool. And then we've got
2 more colours of these to come. Classic camel, you can't beat a classic camel.
That's so nice. But I do think the lining on this one, I think it's just, I can't wait to show you already. I was just like, you can see the colour. I was just like, look at that lining.
This is really beautiful. It's really unusual to get a viscose of this quality that's satin. So it's a very low sheen satin. I'll bring it up to the camera and you can see.
It's absolutely stunning.
I mean, if you didn't use this for lining, this would make beautiful. I mean, there's so many things you can make. Pyjamas, pipe pyjamas would be beautiful in this. I actually personally fancy just something like an Ogden cami or an Ogden cami hack, maybe as a light sundress to pop on over the bikini to go down to the beach or something for that holiday, which I won't be having this year. But you can dream.
It's really beautiful.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, this actually won't hang around for long. So
I've got my eye on that
already.
We also have some, again, some bindings that would look really nice with this. So I just got those down off. Kind of like if you're wanting to play it safer, a little bit more daring, or completely daring, which actually I really like.
That colour, does that go with this as well?
Oh gosh,
It might, actually.
Yeah. There we go, look at that.
Oh,
yeah,
stunning. It's rocking that 70s vibe. You probably need to see this a bit closer to get this colour hit. Because all of those colours in there. Look.
I go with that really beautifully. And actually, you know those buttons, the toffee buttons that we saw at the beginning, I think they'd actually look really nice with this as well. I think they're really, sort of like a really classic look.
Yeah.
On
There's actually loads of buttons that go, oh, what are these ones?
That's really nice, isn't it?
It's quite glam.
That's really nice. Somehow,
these are
sort of things
chunky little layered buttons.
They're really lovely.
Very tactile.
I like those. How much are they, Becky?
Those ones are 90p.
90p. Ooh. There we go. That would be definitely doable. I like that.
My list is getting longer.
It is. It is. It is.
And there's one more colour in this short haired coating, which is for the brave. But how zesty and springy is this?
Ta-da!
Everyone needs a green coat in their lives. Oh, so look at that colour. My hair's gone all static now. It's sticking to my neck. But you can just see how beautifully that drapes. You could make a short jacket, you could make a long coat, you could even use interlining, make this into something really warm. But just the colour is so brilliant for spring. Just cheer up, you know.
Really like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, yes.
And we thought this went really well with that
Yeah, the
floral
fabric.
again.
The fabric that we had out earlier. There was a couple of buttons as well that went with the black ones with the green bits on it.
If you want a proper
really
mid-century vibe, this looks stunning with it. This button.
It's really nice.
Yeah. We actually have those in blue as well, which would go with the proper sapphire blue I showed you earlier. I love that sort of mid-century atomic style.
That is really good. Then also got these bindings, which I thought were really, really nice. So again, if you wanted to do something, this is the sort of like how it would look if you were doing Hong Kong seams, and this was then on the insides. You'd sort of have it sort of looking like either that, depending on if you sort of like a purple tone. I also thought this was really nice. It went really nice, and it's just sort of like a bit of fun at the same time as toning.
Yeah, fruity.
Exactly. So it sort of completely tones in, but I thought that did also look really, really nice. You can see those ones there.
So the inside of this fabric actually would stand up to being seen, whereas some of the others you probably would want to put lining. This one you could have a coat where you saw both sides. So one of the sort of unlined coats with Hong Kong finishes would work quite well on this. Yeah. Anyway, so there's a few ideas for you.
Yeah, we're going to make sure that we have everything that we've spoken about. We're going to make sure is in the links below. So take a look underneath, and if you want anything, please, get in touch.
All right, well, we'll see you again soon.
Yeah, fabulous.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.